Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video we're going to learn how to send experience certificates on WhatsApp using Google Sheets and Google Slides. So are you tired of creating and sending experience certificates to all of your employees manually? Then this automation is for you. With the help of this automation, whenever you're going to add the details of the employees for whom you want to create the experience certificate for in your Google Sheets, automatically with the help of Google Slides, and certificate of experience is going to be created for that same employee with the help of the template that we have already created in our Google Slides. And with the help of Google Drive, we are going to receive a PDF file link of that same certificate, which is going to help us to send a WhatsApp message to all of those employees whose details we have added in our Google Sheets. For that, what we are going to do is we're going to simply create an automation between all of these applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So if you want to learn how to do this automation, then let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to send experience certificates on WhatsApp using Google Sheets and Google Slides. So I am an owner of a business and I give experience certificates to all of my employees who are now leaving my company. So my objective is that as soon as I'm going to add the details of all those employees for whom I want to create the experience certificate for, automatically with the help of the template that I've created in my Google Slides, an experience certificate should be created for that same employee whose details I've added. And as soon as the experience certificate is going to be created, automatically to them on WhatsApp, a message should be forwarded of that experience certificate attached to that message. As you can see, this is the certificate right over here. For that, what we are going to do is we're going to simply create an automation between all of these applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. On the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So as I'm an existing user, I'm going to sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Apps window in front of you, in which you can see the 5 applications of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on Access Now. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. In order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right over here that says Create Workflow. A new dialog box is going to appear which is asking for a workflow name. So I'm going to give a name to my workflow as Send Experience Certificates on WhatsApp using Google Sheets and Google Slides. Okay, so this is the name that I want to give to my workflow. Next over here, it is asking for us to select a folder. On the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific folder in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down arrow, and from these folders I'm going to select Google Slides Automations as the folder I want to save this workflow in, and then we're going to click on Create in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Send Experience Certificates on WhatsApp using Google Sheets and Google Slides, and there are 2 windows in front of you. One over here says Trigger, other says Action. Trigger and Action are the 2 most important steps for automation process because our process depends on these 2 concepts. Over here, Trigger says when this happens and Action says do this. That means our action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. Firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to set up our trigger step by clicking on this arrow right over here. And for the trigger application over here, we are going to select it as Google Sheets. So we are going to select our trigger application as Google Sheets. And for the trigger event as New or Updated Spreadsheet Row, we are selecting our trigger application as Google Sheets and the trigger event as New or Updated Spreadsheet Row, because my objective is that as soon as I'm going to add the details of my employees in my Google Sheets for whom I want to create the experience certificate, automatically Pabbly Connect should capture the response, and that is why trigger application is Google Sheets and the trigger event as New or Updated Spreadsheet Row. As soon as you go to select the trigger application and the event over here, you can see Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. With the help of this unique webhook URL, we're going to connect Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. So we're going to copy this URL from here. As soon as you're going to copy the URL, to follow the steps given here below in order to connect Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. So firstly, open the spreadsheet that you have created. So as you can see, this is the spreadsheet that I've created with the help of Google Sheets, and I want to connect this spreadsheet to Pabbly Connect. For that, click on Extensions and Add-ons and then on Get Add-ons right over here. As soon as you get to do that, a new window is going to appear on which on the search bar, search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks. We're going to select Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Over here, it says Pabbly Pabbly Connect webhooks, we are going to open it, and as you can see that I've already installed Pabbly Connect webhooks, so I'm going to move forward. But if you have not installed Pabbly Connect webhooks, please do install it so you can connect Pabbly Connect to Google Sheets, okay? So as I've already installed Pabbly Connect webhooks, I'm going to click on extensions again, and as soon as I'm going to click on extensions, over here it says Pabbly Connect webhooks. We're going to click on it, and over here it says initial setup. We're going to select initial setup. A new dialog box is then going to appear in front of you, which is asking for a webhook URL first. So I'm going to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. And next it is asking for the trigger column. It says the trigger column will be a final data column on which of the data is added. So in this spreadsheet right over here, the trigger column is going to be column E, because in this column the final data is going to be added. So for the trigger column over here, I'm going to select it as column E, and then I'm going to click on submit. As soon as you go to click on submit, over here it says setup configured successfully. That means we successfully added the webhook in this spreadsheet, okay? So now the steps which I'm going to tell you are very important, so please do not forget to follow them. Click on extensions and Pabbly Connect webhooks again. Over here it says send on event. We're going to select it. Over here it is working. As the loading is completed, I'm going to click on extensions and Pabbly Connect webhooks. You can see a tick mark is in front of send on event. This is because it is very important, because every time you're going to add the new data automatically, this spreadsheet is going to send it to Pabbly Connect. That is why it is very important to click on send on event, okay? So after that, I'm going to take you back to the workflow. Over here it is saying waiting for webhook response. So now what we are going to do is we're going to add the data to our spreadsheet that we have created right over here, and we're going to check whether Pabbly Connect captures the response of that data that we're going to add in the spreadsheet or not. For that, firstly it is asking for the name. So for the name over here, I'm going to write it as dummy user, okay? Next it is asking for the email. Over here I'm going to write over here as dummyuser@pabblytuts.com, okay? For the phone number over here, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number. For the start date, the date of the joining of this employee, I'm going to write in a dummy date over here as, this is the dummy date, that is 2nd of Feb 2023. And for the end date, that is the last date of this employee in my company, I'm going to write over here the last date as, that is 18th of May 2024, okay? So these are the details that I've added into my spreadsheet. Over here it says save to drive. So now I'm going to open my workflow that I've created, and I'm going to check whether Pabbly Connect has captured the response of the details that we have added right now in the spreadsheet or not. For that, I'm going to open my spreadsheet. I'm going to scroll down, and yes, as you can see right over here, the data is successfully captured. For the start date as 02/02/2023, for the phone number, dummy mobile number, for the name as dummy user, for the end date as 18th of May 2024, email as dummyuser@pabblytuts.com. So this means that we successfully set up our trigger step, and we have successfully connected Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. As our objective is that as soon as I'm going to add the details of a new employee in my spreadsheet, automatically a certificate of experience should be created with the help of the template that I've already created in my Google Slides. So what we're going to do is we're going to add an action step in this workflow right over here. And for the action application over here, I'm going to select it as Google Slides. So I'm going to select my action application as Google Slides. And for the action event over here, I'm going to select it as create presentation from template, because we are going to be creating certificate of experience for all our employees with the help of this template. And then we're going to click on connect. A new window is then going to appear in front of you, on which click on add new connection. But if you want, you can select the existing connection. Then click on sign in with Google. Then a new window is going to appear, which is asking for a permission. I'm going to click on allow, as a safe process and my data is perfectly saved with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on allow right over here. As you can see that we successfully authorized Google Slides with Pabbly Connect, okay? As you can see that we successfully authorized Google Slides with Pabbly Connect. After authorizing over here, firstly it is asking for the template from which we are going to create the certificates. So I've created a template in the name of certificate of experience right over here. So for the template over here, I'm going to select it as certificate of experience. It is asking next for the title of the new presentation, the title of the new certificates that are going to be created with the help of this template. So for the title over here, I'm going to write it as Experience Certificate Dash. This is the title, and next to the dash, I want the name of my employee whose details I've added in my Google Sheets. So for the name of my employee, what we are going to do is we are going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we are going to insert the data from the previous step. And how we're going to do that? Firstly, you have to click on the field on where we have to map the data. As soon as you're going to do that, over it says Google Sheets, new or updated spreadsheet row. So this was the previous step of this automation process. Click on this arrow, and you can see this was the response that was captured in our previous step. As we want the name of our employee whose details we have added in our Google Sheets, I'm going to map the data of that employee name right over here. As I map the data right away, what happens is the data has now become dynamic. That means whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically in place of this mapped data, the new data is going to be updated. Okay. Next over here, it is asking for the new presentations location, in which folder or in which location the new certificates are going to be saved. So I have created a folder with the help of Google Drive in the name of experience certificate, so that every time a new certificate is created for the employee, automatically all the experience certificates are saved in this location. So for the location over here, I'm going to select it as experience certificates. Next over here, it is asking for the name, start date, end date, and the name again. So in the template that I've created right over here, you can see in front of some values and in the end of some values, there are two curly brackets. So what are these? These are variables right over here. Okay, variables means that I want to place the value or the details of my employees in place of these variables right over here, and that is why I've created these variables. Okay, so these are the variables that I've created in my template experience certificate right over here. And what we're going to do for these fields, we're going to map the data. Firstly, it is asking for the name, so I'm going to map the data for the name. It is asking for the start date, I'm going to map the data for the start date. I'm going to map the data for the end date next, and next it is asking for the name again. I'm going to map the data of the name right over here. Okay, so as I've filled in all the details over here, I'm going to click on save and send test request. As soon as I'm going to click on save and send test request, a response is going to be received, and the response that we have received is a positive response because we have also received a presentation ID in our response right over here. So I'm going to open my Google Drive folder, and you can see over here a certificate is created. I'm going to open this certificate. The name of the certificate is experience certificate for dummy user right over here. This is the certificate that I've created with the help of the template. For the name over here as dummy user, for the start date and the end date right over here, and the name as dummy user over here as well. So this means that we successfully created the certificate of experience of the employees whose details we have added in our Google Sheets with the help of the template that we have created in our Google Slides. Okay, so as we have created the certificate of experience for the employee whose details we have added in our Google Sheets, you can see over here in the top right corner it says private to only me. That means the certificate that we have created right over here is just accessible to only me. That means I can't share this certificate with everyone. But as we want to give this certificate to our employee as a WhatsApp message, so what we are going to do is we have to make this file accessible to everyone. For that, we are going to add another action step in this workflow by clicking on this plus button right over here. And for the action application over here, I'm going to select it as Google Drive. So I'm going to select my action application as Google Drive. And for the action event over here, I'm going to select it as share a file with anyone. And then we're going to click on connect in order to connect Google Drive with Pabbly Connect, and I have the existing connection, so I'm going to select this option, but if you want you can add a new connection, and I'm going to click on save next. Over here it is asking for the file ID. For the file ID, what we are going to do is we're going to map the data of the presentation ID that we have received in our previous step, so that that presentation can be accessible to everyone. For mapping the data, we have to turn on this bracket right over here. We're going to erase this existing data, and we're going to map the data of the presentation ID that we have received in our previous step. And why are we mapping the presentation ID right over here? So that whenever a new slide is going to be created or new certificate is going to be created with the help of Google Slides, it is going to be automatically accessible to everyone. Okay, that is why we have mapped the presentation ID right over here, and then we're going to click on save and send test request right over here. As soon as we're going to do that, a response is going to be received, and over here it says anyone with the link. If I'm going to open the certificate that has been created with the help of the template, you can see now on the top right corner it says anyone with the link. Now the certificate is accessible to everyone with the help of a link. And in the response in my Pabbly Connect right over here, you can see there are multiple links provided to us in order to share this certificate with everyone. And I want to use the PDF format of the certificate right away, so that I can share this certificate in a PDF format to my employees right over here. And as we want to send a WhatsApp message to our employees with the certificate link, what we're going to do is we're going to add another action step. And for the action application over here, I'm going to select it as WhatsApp Cloud API. So I'm going to select my action application as WhatsApp Cloud API. And for the action event as send template message, because I have created a template message with the help of WhatsApp Cloud API, as you can see right over here. And I want to send a template message to all of my employees with the help of WhatsApp Cloud API. So that's why our action application is WhatsApp Cloud API. API and the action went as send template message. Then we're going to click on connect in order to connect WhatsApp Cloud API with Pabbly Connect, and then click on add new connection. As soon as you're going to do that, over here it is asking for the token, phone number, ID and the WhatsApp business account ID. With the help of these information right over here, we can connect WhatsApp Cloud API with Pabbly Connect, but from where are we going to have the access of all these information? For that, you click on this hyperlink learn more right over here. As soon as you get to do that, you will be landed to this page right over here. If you're going to scroll down, it says how to set up WhatsApp Cloud API inside Pabbly Connect. If you're going to watch this tutorial right over here, you're going to learn how to step by step we're going to complete WhatsApp Cloud API setup in Pabbly Connect. And as soon as you're going to learn how to do that setup, you're going to have the access of all the details right over here. And as I've already created the setup, I'm going to open the setup. You can see this is the WhatsApp Cloud API setup with Pabbly Connect right over here. And as it is asking for the token, phone number, ID and the WhatsApp business account ID, you can see in this setup, this is a token, this is a phone number, ID and WhatsApp business account ID. So I'm going to copy this token from here. I'm going to paste the token right over here in Pabbly Connect for the phone number ID. Copy the phone number ID, paste the phone number ID right over here. WhatsApp business account ID it is asking for. I'm going to copy this ID from here, paste it right over here, and then I'm going to click on save right over here. As you can see that we successfully connected WhatsApp Cloud API with Pabbly Connect. Next over here it is asking for the template message, the message that you want to send to our employee, and I've created a template for that. So I've created a template in the name of experience certificate. As you can see right over here, this is the template that I've created. And in this template I've also added two variables, that is name and the link right over here. You can see these are two variables that I've created in this template right over here, okay? And in place of these variables, I will be adding the values of my employee. First of all, it is asking for the template name. For the template name, I'm going to select it as experience certificate, okay? As soon as you go to select the template name, the language code and the selected template ID is automatically going to be selected. It is asking for the recipient mobile number. In the spreadsheet that I've created, you can see I've also added the employee's mobile number right over here. So for the recipient mobile number, I'm going to map the data of the mobile number that we have received in our previous step. Next, it is asking for the name and the link. So these were the variables that I've already told you that I've created in my template that I've created. For the name over here, I'm going to map the data of the name of my employee right over here. And for the link over here, I'm going to map the data of the link that I've already told you that we have received in a previous step in a PDF format. So this is the link right over here, okay? And after filling all the details, I'm going to click on save and send test request. But before that, in place of this recipient mobile number, you can see this is a dummy mobile number right over here. So what will happen is the message cannot be forwarded to this dummy mobile number. So what we're going to do is, in place of this recipient mobile number, for test what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my mobile number, so a WhatsApp message can be forwarded on my number, okay? So in place of this recipient mobile number, I'm going to add my mobile number. As I successfully added my mobile number, after that I'm going to click on save and send test request. As you can see that over here, a new response is received, and the response that we have received is a positive response, because for the message status over here it says accepted. That means a WhatsApp message might have been forwarded on my number. So I'm going to open my WhatsApp and I'm going to check whether a message is forwarded on my number with the attachment of the certificate of experience link or not. For that, I'm going to open my WhatsApp. And yes, as you can see over here, a new message is forwarded on my number. It says experience certificate, hello dummy user. I hope this message finds you well. We are pleased to inform you that your experience certificate has been prepared. You can view and download the certificate using the following link. This is the link of the experience certificate. Thank you for your valuable contributions during your time with us. If you need any further assistance, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. Best regards, Team Fintrix. This is the name of my organization right over here. If I'm going to click on this link right over here, you can see a file is successfully downloaded in my system. I'm going to open this file from here. The name of the file is experience certificate dummy user, and the file is in a PDF format. You can see right over here. So this is the certificate of experience for dummy user. As you can see right over here, for the start date to end date, the name as dummy user right over here. So this means that it's fully created an automation with the help of Pabbly Connect. But now for all of you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check whether the automation is successful or not by adding the details of a new employee in the spreadsheet right over here. And I'm going to check whether a new WhatsApp message is forwarded on my number, as in place of recipient mobile number I've added my number. So a new WhatsApp message is forwarded on my number with the attachment of the experience certificate for the employees whose details I've added in the spreadsheet or not. So I'm going to add the new details of a new employee in the spreadsheet right over here. So I'm going to add the details of my employee as. So as you can see that I've added the details of a new employee in the spreadsheet. For the name as test account, email as test account @pabblytuts.com. For the phone number, dummy mobile number, start date date as 15/06/2022, end date as 20/05/2024. So now I'm going to open my WhatsApp and I'm going to check whether the new message for test account with the certificate of experience for test account is forwarded on my WhatsApp or not. For that, I'm going to open my WhatsApp. And yes, as you can see right over here, a new message is forwarded on my number. It is the experience certificate for test account. If I'm going to open this link right over here, a new file is going to be downloaded in my system. I'm going to open this certificate. This is the experience certificate for test account. As you can see right over here, the name of the file is experience certificate for test account. This is the certificate of experience for the test account for the starting date as 15/6/2022 and for the end date as 20/05/2024. The name as test account, as you can see right over here. So this means that we successfully created an automation between all of these applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, I am an owner of a business and I want to create experience certificates for my employees who are now leaving my company automatically. For that, what I've done is I've simply created an automation between all of these applications with the help of Pabbly Connect, and this is how we create an automation. Okay, so if you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video. Not just with these applications, you can create automation with the help of Pabbly Connect between multiple applications. If you have any doubts, you can send us email on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask your queries on forum.pabbly.com. If you have any queries regarding the pricing of Pabbly Connect, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions and doubts, and please share this video, and thank you for watching.